We are going to learn the be form verbs. Let us see what those be form verbs are. These be form verbs are also called helping verbs. They are also called auxiliary verbs. Okay, we are going to learn those be form verbs, and we will tell you in different tenses how we are going to use them. Now, for example, we have the be. What is the meaning of be? Be means to be present, or also to become. And we also have another meaning called exist. The meaning of be is present, become, and exist. Now let us see the 7 forms of these be. Be has am, are, is, was, were. Then we have will be, shall be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have these 7 forms of verbs. Now we need to know how we are going to use them in different tenses. Now in the present tense what to use, in the past tense what to use, and in the future tense what we need to use. I'll just draw a table and explain it to you clearly. Just draw a line and make it into 6 things. Now let us take the present tense. Now who uses what we will learn out here? In the present tense, I will use am, isn't it? Then we, you, they, and all plural subjects will use are. He, she, it, and all singular subjects will use is. Okay. Now let's go to the past tense. In the past tense, what kind of helping verbs will be used? I, he, she, it, and all singular subjects will use was. Then we have we, you, they, and all plural subjects will use were. Then we have the future tense. In the future tense, all subjects they are I, we, you, they, he, she, it, all singular and plural subjects will use will be or shall be. Actually, there is a rule which says first person singular I and first person plural we must use shall be. But nowadays, all the subjects can use, whether it is I or we or he or she. It doesn't make any difference when you are speaking in English or when you are communicating in English. This first person singular I and first person plural we. Mostly it could be in for competitive exams. But for spoken English, no one is bothered whether you are going to use shall be or will be. All the subjects nowadays are using will be or shall be, whichever is convenient to them. Okay, so you need not worry too much about I and we. You use will be, no problem. If you want to use shall be, you shall be. No one is going to ask you anything. But what I want to tell you is all subjects can use will be or shall be. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Now here, as a special class, I is a special class, and he or she is going to use am. We, you, they, and all plural subjects must use are in the present tense. He, she, it, and all singular subject must use is in the present tense. In the past tense, we have I, he, she, it, and all singular subjects must use was. We, you, they, and all plural subjects must use were. In the future tense, as I told you, all subjects can use will be or all subjects can use shall be. Now I told you we have 7 forms of this verb be. You know, many of the students get a bit confused. They ask me, sir, what is the meaning of was? Sir, what is the meaning of were? What is the meaning of will be? See, all these 7 forms mean this one only, means be, but they are used in the different tenses, in the present tense, in the past tense, in the future tense. But the 7 forms means the meaning is be only. Okay, there's another example that I want to give you. Now, for example, we have 3 forms of water. We have 3 forms of water. What are they? Liquid, solid, and vapor. Isn't it? We have the liquid, that is normal water. We have the solid, which is ice, and we have the vapor or the steam that goes up. But whatever it is, those 3 forms form water. In the same way, we have 7 forms over here. Am, are, is, was, were, will be, shall be. These 7 forms means be. They mean present, they mean become, they mean exist. Okay. Now we are going to learn how we are going to use those be form verbs. I'm just going to rub the board. In the previous topic, we learnt about the be form verbs or the helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs. Now we are going to learn about the have form verbs. I'll just write it on the board for you. So please note it down if you can. Now have. What is the meaning of have? Have means to possess or to contain. You can also say possession. Now, for example, this pen is in my possession. So what will I tell? I have this pen. Contain. Now contain, what does it contain? For example, say you have water bottles. It contains 500 ml juice. Isn't it? So that bottle contains. Here it is possession. The meaning of have is possession or contain. Now we are going to see the 5 forms of the have form verbs. Have, has, had, will have, and shall have. We have these 5 forms of the have form verbs. Now we are going to see how we are going to use these have form verbs, where to use and who is going to use them. We'll draw a table like we drew for the be form verbs in the present tense. In the present tense, I, we, you, they, and all plural subjects are going to use have. He, she, it, and all singular subjects are going to use has. You cannot change this to this and this to this. When I mentioned I, we, you, they and all plural subjects means they have to use have. You can't say he have. That is wrong. You can't say I has. That is also wrong. They have separated these things. So have can be used by I, we, you, they and all plural subjects, and he, she, it and all singular subjects can use has. Now let's see how it goes in the past tense. In the past tense, all subjects, that is I, we, you, they, all plural and singular subjects can use had. In the future tense, all subjects, I, we, you, they, and all plural and singular subjects can use will have or shall have. Even here also there was a rule saying I and we must use shall have. But nowadays no one is going to follow that rule. When we are speaking in English, we are going to just use them. For example, I will have. You can also say I shall have. There is nothing wrong when you are speaking in English, but it is only for competitive exams unless it is very, very specific. Okay. Otherwise, you can just use I will have or I shall have. There is no problem with that. Okay. Now here let's see once again. In the present tense, we have I, we, you, they and all plural subjects, and they have to use have. He, she, it and all singular subjects must use has. You can't say I have, you can't say I has a pen. You have to say I have a pen. And he can't say he have a pen. You must use he has a pen. So whatever is assigned for those subjects, they have to use that only. Over here, all subjects, irrespective of I, we, you, they and singular subjects and plural subjects, they can use had, because there is only one thing. Over here in the future tense, we have all subjects again, and we also have will have or shall have. So there is no rule when you are speaking saying that, okay, you must use I shall have. Don't be bothered about that. If you go talk about too many rules, then you won't be able to speak English. Okay. So this is the 5 forms of the have verbs. They are have, has, had, will have and shall have. And they are used in different tenses. In the present tense we have, has. In the past tense we have had. And in the future tense we have, will have or shall have. You have to use them in different sentences. Like I told you, I have a pen. I had a pen. I will have a pen. Let's take we. We have dinner. We had dinner. We will have dinner. Let's take he. He has a bat. He had a bat. He will have a bat. Like this, you have to use in different tenses and different sentences so that you will be able to learn more fluent English. Friends, you may subscribe to my channel in YouTube. To subscribe, please press here. Follow me on Twitter by clicking here. Want to follow me on Facebook? Click here to like my page.